Hey guys, how's it going? So a yo-yo I've been asked to review countless times is the Yoyofactory Horizon. So, brief introduction to the Horizon. The Horizon is Paul Kerbel's signature yo-yo, right? And he has done a beautiful job marketing this thing. There's been finger spin contests, horizontal yo-yo contests, clip after clip of him doing crazy stunts with this thing. There's even a Yoyofactory Team Horizon where he gets like the young guns of this generation using this thing, and basically it's hard to like turn your head in the yo-yoing community or social media yo-yoing community and not hear about the Yoyofactory Horizon. It's so popular in fact that a lot of people want me to compare it to the Shutter, which is also made by Yoyofactory, but this thing happened to win Worlds. So everyone always comes up to me and is like, Brandon, what's better, Horizon or the Shutter? Okay? This thing won Worlds, this thing got 4th in the same year. Which one's better? There's a video coming soon about that, check out my channel, but this video is exclusively for the Horizon. So if you guys want to see it in action, you can go ahead and check out some of Paul Kerbel's freestyle, and Paul Kerbel actually has an Instagram account, and if you're not following him already, you can go ahead and do that there. Okay, so let's get into the specifications of this thing. Diameter 58.98mm, width 42.64mm, gap width 4.56mm, weight 67.6 gram, bearing size C, and mine comes stock with a center track bearing, response CBC silicone pad. So, the Yoyofactory Horizon is made from the low-grade 6061 aluminium. One of the reasons how Yoyofactory can keep the costs so low. So the Horizon retails for about $40 US, which is around the same as the Yoyofactory Shutter. I think all Horizons come with this very nice matte finish, which really boosts the yo-yo's ability to do grinds, which is my next point. The Yoyofactory Horizon has this inner cusp right here. Right? And while it looks insignificant, this thing allows the Horizon to do horizontal finger grinds extremely well. And when I say extremely well, I mean this thing is like a complete beast at it. So prior to trying the Horizon, I'd always used the Irony JPX, which looks like so, right? And this yo-yo can do horizontal finger grinds pretty well, but generally it's not actually designed for it. Later in the video, I'll show you how long this thing can actually do. I'll show you how long this thing can horizontal finger grind for, and it's literally out of this world. Yes, there are a lot more yo-yos out there now, like the Elysium, the C3 Move, and a lot of yo-yos have been trying to, replicate the whole thing, but the Horizon is really, really solid for horizontal finger grinds. The Horizon my Horizon came stock with a center track bearing, like so. It spins pretty nicely there, and it comes with an 8mm axle. And inside here you can see the nice laser engravings, and as I mentioned earlier, CBC silicone pads. So the Horizon weighs in at 67.6 grams, and that is pretty heavy. It's in the average range, but it's kind of in the heavy average range. And basically that allows this yo-yo to have pretty solid sleep times and pretty stable feel on the string. So if you throw this yo-yo, immediately you feel as if, yes, it does spin for a very long time, and yes, it's very, very stable. I feel as if the Horizon gets a lot of its roots from the MVP series. So if you guys don't know already, Yoyofactory released the MVP 1 and the MVP 2, which is the heftier, chunkier version, right? Both these yo-yos have very extreme weight distribution, and I feel as if because Paul Kerbel used these two for so long, the Horizon is very heavily influenced by these two. So generally, it's a pretty solid yo-yo when it comes to weight distribution, because 1, it's quite a hefty, stable yo-yo, and 2, it can spin for pretty long. Okay, in terms of playability, this thing is a beast when it comes to this. As I mentioned before, this thing's super stable, it has super long spin times, and it's super, super good at horizontal spin time. So I'm gonna go put up a horizontal spin time up in the corner, and you guys can check that out as I go on with the rest of the review. My only gripe about the Horizon is that even though it's designed for Paul Kerbal, who basically has the horizontal style as his, forte, the Horizon is a little bit narrow in my opinion. So if you compare it here to the shutter is about maybe 2 or 3 millimeters wider than the Horizon, and if you compare it to, say, the Irony JPX, which isn't really which isn't the widest yo-yo either, the JPX also has about 1 or 2 millimeters wider in width. I feel as if the Horizon was made just a little bit wider, it would sacrifice some stability, but it would just make it generally easier to catch. I find that this yo-yo can handle horizontal tricks pretty well, but generally when I'm throwing out a horizontal combo, I'll tend to miss a little bit because the Horizon, even though it looks incredibly angular, is actually quite narrow in the grand scheme of things. But other than that, it's a pretty solid yo-yo. So in conclusion, the Horizon is a really solid yo-yo. It's $40, it's super good at horizontal finger grinds, it spins for a really long time, and it's super stable. My only gripe is that it's a little bit narrow and it's a little bit hard to catch while spinning horizontally, but generally you can get used to it because the shape is so angular, it doesn't make that big of a deal. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Horizon. I'm probably gonna make a Shutter versus Horizon video soon, so go check out that in the coming days or weeks. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.